Let's back up a little bit to compassion. Because compassion, having compassion for others, isn't something that just comes up and all of a sudden we become just these benevolent, sweet, kind people who have tremendous love and compassion, and we're just walking around stroking the world and making it feel good. Compassion we're talking about here is ruthless compassion. It's the compassion that's willing to do what's necessary when the wisdom and the compassion arise together. The skillfulness might be to stop somebody from doing harm to themselves or others. So compassion is not just the warm, loving compassion. It has to do with the skillfulness of what any situation needs. And again, it's back to that point of the skillfulness is because it doesn't look for an outcome of whether it's going to be successful or not be successful. It's just what is called for on the spot with any situation that arises. So a person that lives in the sense of being on the spot of working in now is always in the spot of working with now. There's not a now, and then there's a rest, and then there's another now down here. It's constantly just being present with what's arising there. So the more that we're coming back with the practice of meditation, the more we're learning to strengthen the mind to be present, the more we have some sense of clear seeing in what's needed right in the moment that we're doing this. So you could end up being a better, more courteous driver. So that was a lot to chew on. And it begins by just sitting down.
Is it possible for that ruthless compassion to exist without the skillful means? It seems to me that if you are manifesting that kind of compassion, you can't do it in a vacuum. You can't do it without taking action.
So, and what do you think?
I think it is impossible for that compassion to exist without the skillful means. I think they arise together.
Yeah, and they do, because there's compassion and because there's the wisdom that rises with those two things. There's the openness. See, the openness is the compassion, being open to any situation, being open to whatever is there, that you're willing to be open there. It contains the wisdom of being able to see what's needed in the situation, and therefore the action naturally takes place. So the skillful means isn't something you have to actually even think about. Because that's what we talk about when we're talking about that it's beyond conceptual mind and being able to actually layer it and figure it out and think about it. Because as wisdom comes without all of the preconceived ideas and labels and things. It's like, if I do this or I do that, you just simply do that. You engage the world. And you might do that by doing nothing as well. So that might be the action. See, that's the whole thing is like we're talking about fruitional level of things, and that's something that we can have planted in there, as being able to look and question it and go, I can't see that. But the other thing is that potential of that exists in just being able to do that moment to moment, by being able to be present when you're washing your dishes, by being and doing that skillfully, because you have some sort of warmth and compassion for yourself and for your dirty dishes, because you know you're going to feel much better when the kitchen's clean. Even though you put off stuff for a week, you keep beating yourself up because of not getting there. And then all of a sudden there's some warmth for yourself, and you get it done skillfully, just doing that by being present with it. And you feel so good. And all of a sudden, wow, that wasn't so hard. And then a week later, you're struggling to get back and do it again. So It's all of those things. It's all of the little things that just be present that makes the world more. The more we appreciate ourselves and the world around us, the more that becomes natural sense of that. And it's the little things, being present, paying attention. Rinpoche used to talk about it, saying once you develop mindfulness and awareness together, you're able to make a proper cup of tea. And I always, for years, I can make a proper cup of tea.